What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. Since Natalie Portman is in a new movie out this week called Vox Lux, I decided to do a top 10 list of my 10 favorite Natalie Portman movies. Because she's been in the acting game for years. I mean, she started out as a child and then went her way to do other stuff like very adult fare films as well. So with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Portman movies. Not to mention she's an Oscar winner. Alright. Coming in at number 10 will be the film Jackie. Now, the film here is actually a film about former First Lady Jackie O. Kennedy, and it was pretty much about like the aftermath of what she went through after her husband sadly got killed. Natalie Portman as the role of Jackie Kennedy was amazing. She really embodied the role. I mean, she embodied the role perfectly, and it was really intense as well. I mean, there was like the scene where John F. Kennedy got killed. That scene was literally intense to watch. And Natalie Portman actually scored a Oscar nomination for this, if I'm not mistaken. Well deserved too, because it was pretty good performance. You even had Pierre Sarsgaard. The dude who played John F. Kennedy was pretty good too. Can't remember the actual actor's name though. Oh yeah, Billy Crudup was pretty good in this. Greta Gerwig, the late great John Hurt was really good. Yeah, it's a pretty nice little film. All right. Coming in at number 9 will be this 2011 film she did called No Strings Attached. Now, this movie came out in 2011, the same year as another Friends with Benefits like film came out called Friends with Benefits, which had Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake. So pretty much in 2011, there was like two movies that involved Friends with Benefits in it. This one and the other one titled Friends with Benefits, so I found that pretty funny. But anyway, this film starred Natalie Portman with Ashton Kutcher. I thought they were really good in this together. I really liked the romantic chemistry they had with one another. Kevin Kline in this was pretty funny. Ludacris was even in this film. Yeah, also Greg Gerwig, Lake Bell had a part in this. And it was directed by Ivan Reitman, who, of course, is best known for directing stuff like Ghostbusters and Kindergarten Cop. This was kind of a different directing film for him. So, yeah, I mean, it's a really good little rom com. It's not great by any means like that, but still pretty decent. All right. Coming in at number 8 will be the film Garden State. Now, this film, took place in Jersey, and it starred and was directed by Zach Braff. Garden State is a really nice little film. Yeah, I thought Zach Braff did a pretty good job at directing and starring in the film. He had some good chemistry with Natalie Portman. He had some other good supporting players in this, like the aforementioned Pierre Sarsgaard. Ian Holm was in this film. It was a really good film. And since then, Zach Braff had directed other stuff since Garden State. Pretty cool because, Zach Braff is a pretty solid director. And what he did with Garden State it was a really nice little film and it's definitely worth checking out. All right, coming in at number 7 will be V for Vendetta. Now, this movie was loads of fun. Hugo Weaving as the villain in this was pretty cool. And Natalie Portman, where she shaved her head, she looked awesome here. I mean, it was a really cool film. I mean, it's based on a comic book, and of course, Natalie Portman's no stranger for being in movies that's based on comic books. I'm gonna get you that later on. But as for V for Vendetta, it's definitely a really good role for Portman. She really played that role perfectly. Hugo Weaving is an awesome actor, and I thought he was really good in V for Vendetta. Yeah, I mean, too bad we never got had. Too bad they never went ahead and did a sequel to it, because I always thought a sequel to V for Vendetta could actually work. Although I don't really think it did so well to qualify a sequel, but it's actually like lots of people actually still likes V for Vendetta to this day, so that's pretty cool. All right, coming in at number 6 would be the film Where the Heart Is. Now, this is a really good little film. This got released in like 2000, and it starred the likes of Natalie Portman. Ashley Judd was in this. Now, in the film, Natalie Portman plays a teenager, who is left barefoot and pregnant in a Walmart parking lot by her no good boyfriend, played by Dylan Bruno. And so she, tries to manage to live within the mammoth megastore until her babies arrive. And, it makes her a media darling. And then there's a good Samaritan nurse played by Ashley Judd who takes her and the newborn under their wing for long. And it's actually a really good life change. And there's like a life-changing bond with friendship and sisterhood. Natalie Portman and Ashley Judd both had good chemistry with one another. And, I mean, pretty good performances as well. The story was pretty decent. And you barely see movies shot in Walmart nowadays. I mean, there's I cannot barely think of many films that feature Walmart in it. But yeah, if you guys still haven't had a chance to check out Where the Heart Is, give it a go, because it's a really good little film worth checking out. All right, coming in at number 5 will be a little controversial, and that will be the Star Wars prequels. Now, I'll probably go with Phantom Menace. I don't care what anyone says. I really like the Star Wars prequels. They aren't like great as the classic Star Wars or anything like that, but I still found them to be pretty enjoyable. Natalie Portman was pretty decent. Although I will admit, Anakin was probably not the best character. But Hayden Christensen, he was okay as Anakin, just the character wasn't all that great. You, of course, had Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, some good supporting players as well. And Natalie Portman plays her part pretty well here. I mean, she isn't as good as, let's say, Princess Leia or anything like that, but Portman was still moderately decent. And if they announce that Natalie Portman is set to reprise her role in the future, I gotta say, I'll be down for it. All right, coming in at number 4 will be Closer. Now, this movie starred the likes of Julia Roberts, Jude Law, and Clive Owen. It was also directed by the late great Mike Nichols. In this, Natalie Portman plays a stripper who moves to London, and she meets a guy named Dan, played by Jude Law. And while looking at him, a taxi driver also hits her, and then Dan ends up dating Alice a year. Then a year later, it's kind of a different, pretty cool romance film. I mean, Julia Roberts, there's different stories, in this. It's like a melodrama film. Closer is a really good romance film worth checking out. I mean, Natalie Portman as a stripper. Who doesn't love that one? Clive Owen probably gave one of the best performances of his career in this. He was amazing in this movie. Julia Roberts was, of course, good. And all of them really had good chemistry with one another. I always dug the chemistry. And I gotta say, Closer is slightly underrated. I mean, I don't really know many people who really talk about Closer as much, but it's a really good film. And Jude Law, by the way, is in that new Vox Lux film that opens this week, which also has Portman in it. So there's a Closer reunion between those two. All right. Coming in at number 3 will be Dora. Now, lots of people always poo-poo on the Jane character. I don't know. I don't really mind the Jane character. I mean, I really thought Natalie Portman as Jane was pretty decent. I really dug the chemistry between her and Dora, played by Chris Hemsworth. And I gotta say, one of my biggest disappointment of the last one is that they didn't get Natalie Portman back as Jane. It would be cool seeing Natalie Portman back in the Marvel universe as the role Jane, but God knows if that will ever happen. And Kat Dennings in the Dora movies, I don't care what anyone says, I adore Kat Dennings in Dora films were pretty good. But hey, maybe sometime they'll probably announce that Portman will reprise a role in the future. Anything could happen, but I don't think it'll probably happen, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Natalie Portman as the Rogue Jane, it's not all that bad, you know. Coming in at number 2 will be the film that won Portman her Oscar, and that would be Black Swan. Now, this movie there was like some intense stuff in this. I guess you could call it a horror fantasy film. Natalie Portman in this was amazing. I mean, she of course won her first Oscar for this. You even had Mila Kunis, she was amazing. Barbara Hershey gave an amazing performance. Oh yeah, and Winona Ryder was even in this. Vincent Cassel, I think that's his last name. He was amazing. You even had Sebastian Stan. Speaking of Marvel, yeah, this is definitely one of Natalie Portman's best performance of her career. I mean, it was really intense to watch. The scene between Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis was the best. If you guys seen Black Swan, you know what I'm talking about. And it was also really creepy. I mean, when I mean creepy. There's some really creepy stuff that happens in this. I mean, definitely give Black Swan a go because it's a really good film. And to be honest, her new movie Vox Lux kind of reminds me of Black Swan in a way. I know that's weird, but Vox Lux kind of has a Black Swan feel to it. Oh, and not to mention, Black Swan was directed by Darren Aronofsky, so there's that. All right, coming in at number 1 is pretty much our first major feature film, and that would be Leon the Professional, directed by Luc Besson, starring Jean Reno and Gary Oldman. Natalie Portman in this, I mean, she was incredible in her. I mean, when she did this film, she was really she was a child when she did this. I think she was maybe about 12 when she did this film. I think 12 or 13. But anyway, Natalie Portman in this was really good. I really liked the chemistry she had with Jean Reno. That chemistry was on point. I mean, Natalie Portman as a young assassin was just perfect. And Gary Oldman was also good in this too. I mean, if you guys still haven't seen Leon the Professional by now, definitely give it a go. And I gotta say, I kind of wish they go ahead and done a sequel to this. It'll be cool seeing Natalie Portman her character years later. That would be pretty cool to watch, like another professional. And Luc Besson, he did a really good job at directing Portman in this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my 10 favorite Natalie Portman movies. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 10, Jackie. 9, No Strings Attached. 8, Garden State. 7, V for Vendetta. 6, Where the Heart Is. 5, Star Wars The Phantom Menace. 4, Closer. 3. Dora. 2. Black Swan. 1. Leon the Professional. Now, there's loads of other ones I could have added. Definitely not Annihilation. That movie was not so good. I actually wanted to like it, but I really couldn't get into it. Dora the Dark World was pretty decent. The other Star Wars films was good. She was in Heat, which also had Ashley Judd in it. Your Highness, I kind of dug. She was in Mars Attacks. Well, definitely not Jane Got a Gun. Cold Mountain, which also had Jude Law in it. Anywhere But Here with Susan Sarandon is a good one. The film Brothers is really good. The one that she did with Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire. Hesher with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. My Blueberry Nights is a good one. New York, I Love You. Everyone Says I Love You. He's been in some really good stuff over the years. And some not so good stuff like Annihilation, Jane Got a Gun, blah, blah, blah. But let me leave you guys. What are your favorite Natalie Portman movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.